Today, April 15th, is tax day, and let's take a look at what's happening in the grain market. The soybeans were a little bit lower. That feed demand is really on the decline. Consider this, that hogs are trading at a value that traded at in 2002. Poultry is now 50% of what it was priced at just a year ago. Soybeans opened down about 7 cents. It bounced back a little bit, but I think the fact that we had dropped below the 840 mark just tells us that the support is starting to give way a little bit. One thing that might have been good for soybeans was that the report coming out that the soybean meal, the crushing has been at a record high, and yet it's still not enough to hold this market up. Corn also keeps falling, and that new ethanol data has been pretty bearish and really difficult for corn to get off the ground regardless of what happens this spring and even with planting. I know there has been some talk that if there was going to be big acres shifting to soybeans, even that won't be enough to keep this market moving on the upside. Also, the information coming out of the IMF saying that we're not going to get that V-type rebound back into the economy, and they expect that it could really stay pretty low for quite a while, has gotten a lot of money moving into the US dollar. That's pushing the index up pretty high, making it very difficult for exports on the grain side completely across the board, and for us to be competitive really worldwide. So that's going to be a real challenge to overcome. Wheat also had a sharp drop today. I think that the futures just gave way to the weather issues that are happening in Russia and Ukraine and even in all of Europe. And if that was behind what that recent rally was, well, all that is off now, and the market for the third day in a row really started to fall, and it slipped pretty well, and we got down to the 530 mark. That tells me that we're trying to really push this market down to $5. It's going to be really difficult to get this thing turned around anytime soon. We're just trying to watch for springtime weather conditions, but they are really taking a backseat to everything that's going on with the coronavirus and all the fallout from that. This foggy landscape is really difficult to navigate at this time, and so the markets have been quite depressed, and they certainly look like it's going to stay there for at least the near term and for the next couple of weeks.